Okay, my name is Sam Ekpuk. I am a lion, of course, and I've been part of this association for 38 years. I spent 10 years as a Leo, and the last 28 years as a lion, 28 years in January as a lion. So altogether I've spent 38 years in the association. I'm a past area leader covering Africa Area 8B for GATT, for the Global Action Team. I served in 2014, 2015 as the Council Chairperson for Multiple District 404 Nigeria. I served in 2012, 2013 as the District Governor for the then District 404A. Much earlier, as a much younger person, I served as the Leo District President for Nigeria, for District 404. I'm married. My wife is a very active lion. We do lionism together. We have 4 daughters, all of them grown-ups. For so many years, I was a banker. Today, I'm an investment advisor. So that's basically what I do. That's who I am. I'm trying to figure out what words to use. My pace. I think everything happens at the time that it should happen. You could have an ambition, come to nothing. So I'm a firm believer in God's plan and purpose. I've been privileged, if I must say so, to enjoy the belief, the faith of many people, many senior lions, many of my peers, upcoming lions, who looked at me and handed the future of our association into my hand. At some point, it looked like I was the youngest. I remember when I became second vice district governor, the average age for being a district governor was in your late 50s, and I was 39 at the time. By the time I became a governor, I was 42. And I remember one of our past governors looking at me and saying, "Small boy DG." I used to enjoy it. For me, it was some form of an accomplishment, but I still insist that everything is according to God's plan and purpose. Today, being 39 as a vice governor is no longer a big deal. We've had people who have served as district governors at a younger age and are still serving and are doing very well, so it's no longer a big deal. Then council chair. A few of my colleagues in council just called me one day and said, "You're the one we are putting our stock on." So I didn't even need to campaign that much, call up people and say, "I'm interested." It just happened. Area leader, I was first made area leader for GLT, then that's the global leadership team. And everything got merged 2 years into our term. It was supposed to be a 3-year term. And out of the 3 area leaders, I was the one picked to continue. Of course, one of them was being primed to become international director. She's becoming international director in a few weeks' time in Melbourne, Australia. So it was understandable. She needed to be freed up to focus on the higher quality ahead. But it was also very instructive that of all the 3, I was the one that was chosen to continue to finish up our term. So I've always been, I'm a firm believer in God's hands, in whatever it is you're doing. So pace, I really don't see a pace. I've just been fortunate to enjoy the backing of so many people. That's just it. I joined the Leo Club in January 17th, 1986. And at that time, the Leo Club was meant to be a grooming ground for future lions. It still is. And so practically everything we did was to look like our lions. We looked up to our lions. They were our role models. And at that time, we had very distinguished Nigerians in public and private life as lions. Every major organization in Nigeria, the person at the top was a lion. UAC at that time, chairman of UAC, who later became head of state, late N.S. Shoneko, was a lion. NNPC, the GMD of NNPC, Bayero, was a lion. Central Bank, the governor of Central Bank, Ola Vincent, he had finished then, was a lion. Accounting practice, Akintola Williams, he brought lionism to Nigeria. Nigerian breweries, everywhere, every single major organization across the length and breadth of Nigeria was being run by lions. So those were being groomed to become leaders, just watching those people. That may have changed also because we need to raise more role models as lions for the Leos to look up to, you understand? And now we are much more. We have a lot more people. But in terms of service, we did a lot. And the Leos are still doing a lot. I keep saying that every time you put a Leo in a leadership position in the Lions Club, a former Leo, they always excel. And we have too many of them to show. We have the likes of Taiwo Adewumi, who is now Constitutional Area Leader for LCIF for Africa. We have the likes of Linda Oduokpesheyi, a past district governor. Now, my brother Tolu Senbanjo is coming in as second vice, as a district governor. We have a long list of Leos who have excelled. Now, the age also mattered then. Then we're much older. When I joined the Leo Club, I was the youngest in my club. I was not yet 16, and I was the youngest in my club. The average age for being a Leo then was like 26, 27, 28. So by the time they leave the Leo Club, they are almost 35. So we used to have this joke then, my daddy is a Leo, because we had some married Leos. My mom is a Leo, and all that. They're much younger now, but the drive, the enterprise is still there. Agreed, the economy is hurting the younger people. And like I said, they need more role models. They need people to hold them by the hand and show them life. Because that's the whole essence of it. Someone to show you the path of life. We had a lot of such people. Our Leo advisors were also hands-on. These days, Leo advisors don't take the time required to go and groom these young people. Okay? I remember past district governor Basiedem. Then he wasn't a district governor. He was my Leo advisor. If he says sit, you dare not stand up. We took our Leo advisors as demigods, Today we are both past district governors, but that's not the issue. The issue is he invested himself in us. I'm sure when he looks at us today, he's very proud of what we, the younger ones whom he groomed, what we have become in the association and outside the association. And I also think that the Leo program doesn't just prepare you to become a lion, it prepares you for life. There are things I have done in life, in my workplace, in my relationship with different people, that I can trace it back to the training I got in the Leo program. So yes, there's still a lot of room for improvement these days, but I still say that the Leos bring a lot of energy, a kind heart. What they need is resources and training. We have, at the time I served as I was coming as district governor, Nigeria had 2 districts. We had spent 10 years as 2 districts. Before then, we were 1 district. The minimum requirement for a district is 35 clubs, 1,250 members. By the time I came in, we had 87 clubs. No, sorry, that's not correct. We had 97 clubs. I took over from now PCC Kola, and he had started the push for bifurcation when he was district governor, because the benefits of being a bifurcated district means whatever benefits you get from LCI, from Lions Clubs International, gets multiplied. And then as the organization is growing, more people want to get into leadership positions, create opportunities for them. LCIF supports you based on districts. So if you're one district, you get the support of one district. If you're 6 districts, you get the support of 6 districts. So we've always kept it in the picture that we need more districts. In countries like India, India has 33 multiple districts and over 100 districts. In fact, about 200 districts in India alone. India is the largest country with members. So we felt we should, be the India of Africa, and we are there. We are gradually getting there with almost 10,000 members and primed to double that number very soon. So when I became district governor, I think my path was already cut out for me. My work plan was cut out for me by my predecessor. So I simply dived into it. They said, "What's your core project?" I said, "I don't have a core project. I want to focus on bifurcation." If you're trying to do too many things, focus suffers. So I decided to focus on building new clubs. And in 1 year, we built 24 clubs, which ranks amongst the highest till today, and that gave us 2 districts. What were the challenges? Whether you're starting a new club, and whether you're bifurcating a new district or not, district governors typically have the same challenges. Every second, you're online checking which club has dropped members, which club has paid dues. You're calling the members, you're calling the club presidents, you're reaching out. So the challenges remain the same. You're watching to make sure the back door, we don't lose members, especially in a bifurcation year. So it's well known what to look out for. As a district governor, Lions Clubs International sets for you an agenda. We have the District Governor Excellence Award program that lists all the things you must do to qualify for that award. If you ask, that is the job description of a district governor. If you just read, I've always told incoming district governors, if you just set out to achieve what is on that sheet of paper, you're an excellent governor, because it's not a local position, it's a position handed down from abroad to us. Then you can add whatever extras you want to add. So turns out that I achieved the excellence, District Governor Excellence Award when I was district, because I stayed focused on those things. And if you want to keep members, you need to keep them engaged. I've always said that the best way to preserve your membership is through service. The reason we are here is service, to help the less privileged. So we have that opportunity every year to improve our quality of service. As we do so, we're able to attract and retain more members. So my challenges were typically the same challenges that every district governor has: membership, dues, and all that. Okay, my last response, I spoke to some of the gain. I'll give you an example. Each district is entitled to a public relations grant to help it brand the association. If you're one district, you get 1. If you're 6 districts, 10 districts, you get the number of, that's. Each district is entitled to a membership development grant. Same thing. And many, many more. Each district is entitled to 2 service grants. Each Leo district is entitled to a service grant each year. Now, all these are forms of support that the international office extends to district. So in terms of growth, impact in your local communities, the more districts you have, the support you get. That's the first. The second pro is the fact that it improves the quality of supervision of the clubs. Instead of one district governor supervising 200 clubs, one district governor supervises 60 clubs, and therefore he can give them a personalized form of attention. Thirdly, it reduces the strain on each district governor. When I served as district governor, all the states of southern Nigeria except Ogun and Oyo and Osun and Ekiti, those 4 states, those were the only 4 states in southern Nigeria that were not in my district. All the states of northern Nigeria to the right, that's northeast and north central to the right, were also part of my district. So imagine me having to travel through all of this. In 1 year, on the road, I clocked 42,000 kilometers. Imagine you have a brand new car today, and a year later, which is what happened to me. The month I became a governor, I bought a new car for travel. A year later, it had done 42,000 kilometers. That's to tell you how much road trips I did. That doesn't include the air trips. Now, you know the situation, the security situation in this country and all that. To do those trips today would be horrendous. So you actually need, to share that work amongst more people. Number 4 happens to be the opportunities for personal development, leadership development. You have more role holders. Instead of having 1 district governor, you now have 6. Instead of having 1 second vice governor, you now have 6, and the number is still growing. So invariably, you create an opportunity for more people to be developed. As they do this, the association itself, you have more leaders, you have more impact in your communities. It leads to growth, and there's nothing wrong with our kind of growth. The cons, on the social level, we are more disconnected. I don't know too many people outside my own districts. And part of joining the association is the networking, the socializing and all that. So that hurts. For me as a leader, so they say, in the association, I know people across districts. But if you're an upcoming leader, you just probably know someone within your own district. So it's shrinking our network sphere. Another challenge is that it, in some instances, has watered down the quality of leadership. When you now have need for much more number of leaders, you have to have a pipeline of well-grounded leaders. We don't. That is obvious, we don't. When you hear some of the contributions made at meetings, like we had the delegates meeting, and you hear some of the contributions being made, you realize that some people need more training, which is what, when I served as area leader, we tried to do, expand the training, let more people get trained. And not just training them, but also getting them to implement what they've learned. We've just finished an ALLI, the Advanced Lions Leadership Institute. And I can tell you for free, maybe a third will go back and try to implement what they've learned. The others will go back beating their chest. I am now an ALLI graduate, without utilizing what they learned in class. So that worries me, that we don't have a strong enough pipeline of future leaders. So we need to invest more in training more people so that these districts don't suffer managerial issues. But otherwise, I think it's a very good development. The number across Africa is still under 20. So we have about more than a third of all the LCIPs in Nigeria. What's LCIP? Lion Certified Instructor Program. You have to be typically a graduate of the Faculty Development Institute and demonstrated skills of training before you are accepted onto the program. And it is the only training program in the world that, in Lions Club, that you can actually fail. Other training programs, you go, they give you a certificate of attendance. But this one, you get a certificate of performance that says you have passed or you have failed. I am in the first set in Africa to have been certified as LCIP in 2018 when the program just started. In fact, in the whole of Africa, I'm the third, and in Nigeria, the first to receive LCIP. But over the years, more people have received it. We just had another LCIP in Zambia, another course in Zambia recently. And we are awaiting the results for 2 more people. One person, our international director in Dosi, has just been confirmed as an LCIP. That's what has brought the number to 7. All right? So can it be increased? Yes. That's also why we need more districts, because they won't accept more than 1 person per district into the course. The course has slots for 10 people for English and 10 people for French in Africa every year. And we have, so that's a total of 20. And we have a total of 28 districts in Africa. So if you do the math, you know that there is a demand that can't be filled. So same thing, when we put the wrong people out to go and do this course, we end up with people who have not passed the course. All right? Because you must show that skill before you pass the course. So yes, it can be increased. We just need to improve ourselves. In response to your question, let me first disabuse anybody's mind to the fact that our training is theoretical. We do very little theory. The kind of trainings we offer at different levels emphasizes hands-on training. So you're in a class, I introduce the subject and immediately give you an activity to practice right there in class. So our trainings are tailored to ensure that by the time you leave the class, you already have a hang of the skill sets we are trying to transfer to you. That's one. How well you do with that training depends on whether you make an effort to utilize what you learned in class. So the problem is not with our training programs. The problem is with our attitude. We need to go out there and demonstrate what we learned in class. First, Lions Clubs International has rules about club cancellation. Most times, 99% of the time is because of non-payment of dues. When you charter a club, you're required to have a minimum of 20 members, all dues paying. We have a new club format called the Join Together club format that allows you to charter a club with 15 members and you pay less as entrance fee. All right, that's new. We don't have any Join Together club in Nigeria as I speak. But generally speaking, each of those 20 members is required to pay $35 as entrance fee. The international dues per year is $48. So if you add that up, we're talking of $83. Then of course you want your vests, all the paraphernalia of being a member. If you ask me, you shouldn't in the first year bring in any member who doesn't commit to paying a minimum of $100 to the international office. That's different from what you pay locally to the district and for the running of your club. If you go after members who can't afford this bill I've just talked about, the club is already bound to die. Because once you're owing the international office for 90 days, they'll put you on notice that at the 120th day, if you've not cleared that debt, your club will be suspended. And 28 days after your club is suspended, your club is cancelled. So the guiding lions or the club organizers need to pay attention to that aspect when they're gathering new members to join. Lions Club is a club of sacrifice. It's a club where you need to give. You don't bring people who are dependent on others into our association. If you can't eat 3 square meals, can you give someone 1 square meal? It's not practicable. So we need to focus on the quality of members we bring. I'm seeing some really good new clubs. So I think we will do well going forward. There's something in it for both options. Let me start with the Unified Secretariat. We need to build a database of all lions in Nigeria. I've visited the national office of the lions in Germany. It's a unified structure. They know just by touching a computer who is an active lion, who is an associate member, who is a lion at large. They have all the data you have at the international office, they have it localized. They manage their membership. Germany has the largest membership in Europe. All right? I've seen the Unified Secretariat work. You can have a Unified Secretariat that provides certain services and still have the sub-district secretariat. The sub-district secretariat brings administration closer to the people you're supposed to. I'll give you an example. My district, District 404A2, has no clubs in Lagos. So when you talk of a unified secretariat in Lagos, then you're forcing us to be involved in a secretariat that does not provide any service to us back in Calabar, Port Harcourt, Uyo, Abuja, Makurdi, Jos, and all those places, Kaduna, Kano. We have no benefits we derive currently from the secretariat in Lagos. So there is a need for us to maintain the unified secretariat for certain kinds of services, and we define what those services are. But each sub-district should have its own secretariat. I've always said it that, and I shared it at the beginning of this interview, that my life is in God's hands. First, I'm a pastor, so I believe so much in divine direction, divine placement. Secondly, I've enjoyed being a lion, a Leo lion. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So what position I hold is not what determines how I enjoy the association. But if you have put 38 years of your life, I'm in my 50s now, if you put in 38 years of your life into an association, you want to reach the sky. You want to touch everything. So if the opportunity arises, I will grab it with 10 hands. Not 2 hands, 10 hands. Not 10 fingers, 10 hands. But to sit down and make that my preoccupation would be self-defeating. I love, I underline the word love, the leadership of Lions Club, the opportunities it offers. So if the opportunity to become an international director comes, I'll grab it. To become an international president comes, I'll grab it. But will I make that my grand norm? No. I'm too busy making money and being a father and a proper husband to stay focused on Lions leadership. But if it comes, trust me, I'll go after it. That's a tough one. Being a member of Lions Club, or the International Association of Lions Clubs, as we used to call it before, has made me a better human being. So they've invested in me. Lions, I'm one of those who has benefited from this club more than any other person. On the other hand, I take pride in the service we give, the lives we touch. I'm very excited about it. But if you ask me what I enjoy the most, not achievement, but what I enjoy the most, is the fact that I have maybe over 20,000 personal friends in Lions Club worldwide. I have visited 68 countries as at last count globally, and more than 90% of those trips have been Lions Club related. I've gone around training people across the world. I wear my pin and I get stopped in an airport. Someone I have never known before offers me love and affection simply because of my Lions pin. So if you ask me what I enjoy the most, is the network and the friendship I've built. But in terms of achievement or accomplishment, it's the footprints, the impact we've made as a group in service. That's my greatest achievement. Ooh. Like most of his friends, I call him Big T. My impressions of Lion Tolu will be biased because he's one person who has transcended just being a lion. We have a personal relationship. I can talk to him. I have access to him. I can talk to him frankly. Not every leader is like that. You know that some people, once they get to a position, you can't talk to them. Tolu happens to be a listener. So accessing him is easy. That doesn't mean he takes everything you say to him. He's also very analytical. So in terms of expectations, he's taking on a tough job. He's taking on, with all due respect to former leaders, a weak district. His district needs a revamp in membership. They need a leader like Tolu to give them an identity, give them pride in what they do. A lot of the clubs are doing very well, but a unifier, someone to unify that district. That district has suffered a great deal in so many ways. So my first expectation of Tolu is go there and unify your district. Go there and make that district fun to be a part of. Go there and make everybody hunger and thirst to give service. I've said it, if you want more members, give service. You want to see growth, give service. People will always take note of your service more than any other thing. And I think he's an excellent driver. Tolu is the kind of person who quietly can drive those things. He's not a noisemaker. So I have huge expectations for his year. In fact, this coming year, I'm a member of his district. I'm porting from my district to his district just to sit down and enjoy Lionism, because I think his members will really enjoy Lionism. Okay, that question is double-barreled, so let me break it down. Number one, I said it before, former leaders have been outstanding in leadership positions. I underline the word outstanding. T.O.S. Adeomi, Patrick Enokun, Linda Oduopesheyi, I can keep counting them, Tolu, name them. Bolanle Akpete, they don't have to be district governors to show what they are made of. Even as club presidents, they have been exceedingly fantastic. Exceedingly fantastic. The Leo Club gives us a heart of service. So I'm proud of what we've done as Leo Lions. Now, for young people or young leaders aspiring to leadership, what's my advice for them? Focus on the proper things, on the majors, leave the minors, leave the fights, leave the backbiting, the backstabbing. Focus on what brought us together. The thing that brought all of us together genuinely is service. If you give good service, you will get every other thing you want in this association. I'll merge that together. I love the life. I'm someone who has a very big picture of life. I'm an incurable optimist in everything I do. Nothing puts me down. I am self-driven. I enjoy life to the fullest. And it shows in my relationship with people. And I can't stand laggards. I don't pretend. If you're my friend, it shows. If you're not my friend, we don't mix it up. We say it as it is. I am very analytical, and I expect people who come to me to come prepared that, hey, this thing I'm going to say to this man, have I thought it through? I can also be very dismissive. Flip it over. I can be extremely accommodating. Once the person realizes what are his own flaws and his own challenges, we work together to build ourselves up, because this hand must help this hand to do well in life. The fear of God drives me to not do certain things. So I don't stab my friends. I don't turn my back on my friends. I am a deeply loyal partner in anything we do. If I find you not to be loyal, I keep my distance, but I won't stab you in the back. There's no law that says I must keep our friendship. but there's no law that authorizes me to pull you down because you are not on my side. You don't have to be on my side. I'm a one-man riot squad. I'm happy with myself. When I'm gone, a man who took this association seriously, lived by the tenets of this association, enjoyed this association, benefited from this association, and he's going to be with his maker. No matter how much you do in life, after a few years, you'll be forgotten. There are no permanent legacies in life. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Even your children at times will forget your birthdays while you're still alive. While you're still alive, as much as they love you. So when I see people do things so that I won't be forgotten, show me any house in Nigeria that is 150 years old. No matter how fantastic that house is, it's useless. Show me any car in Nigeria, no matter how grand that car was, that is 30 years old, it's useless. Even if you're a collector of antique cars, it's useless. All right? So let's serve for today and leave the rest to posterity. Well, it's easy to see. My biggest supporter happens to be my spouse. We do our things together. That doesn't mean we won't have our disagreements. Every husband and wife will. But I can be speaking to you right now and I just look at her face and I realize that something I have said doesn't sit well with her, and I'll retrace my steps. So she's like my internal auditor. She audits my conduct. And in addition to that, she supports me with counsel, supports me with safety. You know, in every public engagement you have in life, there must be someone who is watching your back. So we do that for one another. She also tells me when to slow down. My friend, you better watch your health and all that. So like any healthy marriage, my wife has been my strongest supporter. And in Lions Club, we do it together. We travel together, we do things together. So people know us together, all right? My children have left home. They're all grown-ups on their own. One called me the other day and said, Dad, I want to join a Lions Club where I live. Can you send me a contact who I can speak to? I think that both parents have set a good example in the association. Our kids are now interested in following in our footsteps, and that's a healthy thing. And so I honestly think that I've had a peaceful home, a peaceful background. Before my wife, it was my mother. My mother used to pay my Leo Club bills those days in full because she wanted to keep me away from cults in school, in the university. So she was very excited having me as a Leo. So I've been privileged to have a family, an immediate family that has stood by me all through.